quick heads up. This Lit Snippets episode contains some spoilers, so please listen at your own risk. Welcome to a deep dive into Elizabeth Strout, her novel, Tell Me Everything. We're going deep into the lives, those seemingly ordinary folks in small-town Maine. But under the surface, so many memories, family secrets. It's all about those quiet connections, the ones that really bind us.
It's amazing, isn't it, how Strout weaves these lives together. You get this tapestry of human experience. You've got Bob Burgess, he's a lawyer dealing with this traumatic childhood. And then there's Lucy Barton, she's a writer, so insightful about people. Oh, and we can't forget Olive Kitteridge.
Oh, Olive Kitteridge. Always a force of nature. But let's talk about Bob. Right off the bat, you get pulled into his world. He's haunted by this belief that he caused the car accident that took his father's life.
That guilt, it's huge for Bob's character. It makes you think about memory itself, especially with trauma. Our minds, they can really distort things, even the clearest memories.
It's true. And the way Stroud slowly reveals the truth, how it was actually Bob's brother Jim responsible for the accident, it's powerful. This unspoken weight they both carry, it feels, very Maine, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. It's like this undercurrent, right? Unspoken burdens, secrets simmering beneath the everyday. Strout captures that so well. And speaking of hidden truths, we see it again with the Beach family.
Yeah, the family and all that tragedy. It's like another whole layer of the story. Gloria Beach found dead, mysterious circumstances, and suspicion falls on her son, Matt. He's this reclusive artist. But as we learn more with Bob, who gets pulled into Matt's case, there's a missing will, family dysfunction, maybe even Matt's sister Diana involved.
This is where Strout's take on family dynamics gets so interesting. It's like she peels back layers, to show how past wounds, they can become these destructive cycles. Gloria and her children, the resentment, the neglect, it all points to a legacy of pain passed down.
Almost like she's drawing this parallel. Bob struggles with his own past and the darkness around the Beach family, like asking us, how did these unspoken histories, these traumas, how do they shape us? It's like Strout puts these characters in these situations, forces them to confront their pasts,
Yeah.
There's Lucy. She's got this knack for connecting with people, getting their stories out.
It's remarkable, yeah. Lucy's got this sensitivity, like an emotional intelligence, draws her to those unspoken things, those quiet pains people carry.
For sure. Like, take Janice Tucker. The story Ellen tells Lucy. Janice, she opens her home, her heart, to Oliver, this young man with problems, maybe even schizophrenic. And then you learn about Janice's husband, their whole relationship. A lot there.
What Strout does so well, she uses that story to explore those themes of love, acceptance, especially in families, the ones that don't fit the mold. Janice, she's got this capacity for compassion, giving Oliver a safe space, even with the difficulties he brings. Makes you think about the different ways love shows up.
It really does. And those small acts of kindness. Remember Addie Beale? She's a scholarship student, carrying so much pain.
Yeah.
And that one kind thing from her mom's friend means the world.
That's it, right there. Even the smallest connection can have this huge impact, especially for people feeling invisible. Strout shows how these little acts, they ripple out, offering solace where it's needed most.
That human need to connect, even with hardship. It's like a lifeline. Makes me think about Bob, his search for meaning, dealing with his past. That conversation, him and Lucy, about life's meaning, I loved their different views.
Oh, absolutely. Lucy, the writer, comfortable with the unknown, while Bob, he wants something concrete, something to hold on to. Their talk, it's like two different ways we approach life's big questions. And that search for meaning, that connection, you see it in Bob and his wife, Margaret, too.
Right. They've got this distance, almost like parallel lives. Can't quite bridge that gap.
Exactly. Subtle but poignant. Strout showing the limits even in the closest relationships. That deep yearning to connect, to truly understand. Most of us get that, don't we? Even loving someone deeply, there can still be that isolation, like islands.
Being alone, but surrounded. It's throughout the book. And then you've got the Beach family, still unfolding. Glimpses into Gloria's past, the abuse, how it shaped her. You see how these cycles of pain, they get passed down. And Diana, her part in her mother's death, it unravels slowly.
Our pasts, they influence our present, even when we try to run.
Like you can't outrun history, no matter how hard you try. Brings up questions about taking responsibility, about forgiveness. Family ties are so complex. Love and resentment, care and neglect, all tangled up.
It's like we're peeling back layers, right?
Yeah.
This tapestry. Each thread, you see another part of these characters, their secrets, what they want, their regrets.
But even with the darkness, all the pain they carry, Strout, she puts this glimmer of hope in there.
Yeah, it's there. Subtle, but definitely there. Even in the darkest parts, of being a human. There's that chance for connection, for redemption, finding that little bit of light in the most unexpected places.
Exactly. Like Bob connecting with Catherine Caskey, the social worker. That coincidence, something from their childhoods, it shows you human connection, how these little threads tie us together across time, everything.
And that connection, finding peace in the unexpected, Bob has that with Lucy, with Matt too, even with the complicated parts, the unspoken stuff, those relationships, they give him understanding, a break from the chaos, the isolation.
What gets me is how Stroud uses those relationships to make Bob face his own baggage. His sister-in-law Helen dying, the Beach family falling apart, his feelings for Lucy. It all forces him to look at those old beliefs about himself, about everything.
He's at a crossroads, right? Hold on to what he knows, even if it doesn't make him happy. Or take that leap into the unknown. It's a struggle. We all feel that pull between what's familiar and the scary part of something new.
And the whole time, you've got other characters, their own fights. Jim, finally facing what he did, the guilt eating at him. And Pam, trying to recover, put her life back together, make up for the damage her drinking caused.
It reminds you everyone's carrying something, these invisible burdens. Even those who seem fine, they've got their own battles going on underneath. And healing, finding redemption, it's messy. Full of surprises, not a straight line at all.
Stroud gets that, doesn't she? Life's messy. No easy answers, no fairy tale endings. But she leaves you with this feeling, this messy, complicated beauty in it all. We're all just figuring it out as we go, looking for a connection, meaning trying to make sense of it all, this whole life thing.
And she does it so honestly, compassionate, insightful. Strout reminds us, even in ordinary lives, there's these incredible moments, grace, heartbreak, quiet strength. Those are the moments, those glimpses of shared humanity that stay with you.
She leaves you feeling both the fragility and the strength of people. Maybe, just maybe, it makes us a little kinder, a little more understanding, more open to those quiet connections that bring us meaning. We're in this together, right? Figuring out this complex life, one messy, beautiful step at a time.